This video is about mulch. I swear to you guys, I'll pull my Eagle Scout card out if you guys want, but I did not prepare this section of the soil. So let's do a little diggy thing here and see what it's like. This cigarette butt out of the way. Ugh. So the top of it is this wood mulch. This virgin wood mulch. It was, cut down by like a Aspen company or something, tree removal, service, and they put in a big wood chipper. It's virgin wood chips from land. It was waste. They would put this in a landfill and it would turn into dirt there and be wasted. Fortunately, I was able to acquire some of this from my buddy. He stopped them the one day and said, "Hey, come and drop this stuff in my yard." Because I told him to. I told him what a valuable resource it was. So let's scrape this back. This is what's on the surface. It's spiky. Slugs don't want to crawl across it. Caterpillars don't want to go across it. Anything with a soft body doesn't want to go across it. So it's kind of stops that from happening. It protects the soil underneath from the sun. It's an insulative material. So temperature changes aren't a big deal. It also holds heat in the soil so that it you get thermal composting. It's warmer. You have more funguses and molds, and bacteria can live in there that are beneficial to your plants. And worms and stuff can come closer to the surface and really get into the I don't know what the name for the roots are that spread sideways for your plants, but they can go up there, and live about there, spreading their castings and stuff to give them more nutrients. But let's pull back the surface here. So we're about an inch down at this point, and you can see it's starting to turn black already. After you scrape past the top layer, you get this wonderful dark black soil. Let's take some out and play with it. So this is 2.5 inches down, loamy, full of organic, composting mulch. Well, there's a worm. I can't put a hand in here without finding a worm. I can't dig any little holes. They're everywhere. Fungus, mycelium spreads like crazy in this stuff. We're gonna save him. Don't break your worms. If you break your worms, they won't come back. That's a legend. Let's get him out of our way. Come here. I'll see, there's another one. Oh, because I broke him. Damn it. Here's his other half. He's gonna die, unfortunately, because of this video. So let's not let him die in vain. Like, share, and subscribe. Spread the word. Poor little guy. He might heal up and come back. I don't know. It's kind of bad lighting. So we're about 3 inches down. I'm still digging at this with my hand. It's not hard. There are some woodier bits in there that I'm working around like this. It's hard to get around, but it just falls apart. It's not a big deal. Your roots can easily get through that. On these biodegradable planters, it's softer than that for your roots to get through. But look at this soil. I swear I didn't buy this at the store and put all this down here. This was all wood chips and, yard waste. Leaves. Wood chips and leaves is what this is. 100%. It's been here for probably a year. So if you pile it up deep enough, and you treat the living organisms in it correctly, you're gonna want to water it, maybe even fertilize it just to get them started. And I use organic fertilizer for free. That's an exciting video. I'm going to tell you guys about that maybe in my next video. But that's what you can expect from this, and I'll show you what it's made out of. Over here, this is my pile of virgin wood chip mulch that I got for absolutely free. I had more piles of it, but I spread them across my garden. What I had left, I just flattened it out because this area is very sandy. this turns into a lake, you know, when it rains, and then the next day it washes out, which that's not good for your house, because if you know anything about how sinkholes form, that's it. So all these houses were built on top of the swamp, and all this water, you know, it fills up because the water table is right there. And then as soon as the rain goes away and it dries out a little bit, it all washes out very quickly. So it's pulling all of the nutrients out of the land, all of the thinner silt, the good stuff, the topsoil is just going right through, and the sand is sitting on top. And I know for a fact underneath their driveway there is a cavern forming, and it's actually collapsing underneath their garage. Same deal. It's not good. It's hollow. If you tap on it, they've had people come out and look at it. If you tap on it underneath their house, parts of it is hollow. Probably the same story in my house. But this is one way you could save your property, by mulching and holding the water on top of the land and letting it drain out slowly. So that's another topic. I'm not going to make a video on that, but if you watch this video, now you learned it. So this is the material that I got from the tree removal company. There's going to be some big bits in there. There's going to be some small bits. There's going to be, you know, pine needles. We have a lot of pine down here. You're going to get thinner dust. You're going to get leaves. These were green leaves when this was made. And you can see already it's holding water, just sitting here and breaking down and turning into that black glorious soil. Like I said, this is fresh stuff, pretty fresh. It's probably like a month old, a month or two, and it's been sitting here for probably a month. And then it was cut up a month before that, so that's 2 months, and it's already starting to break down. In a big pile like this, it definitely gets steamy. You'll see like mold spores growing across it. The reason that you want this stuff, it was a tree the day before. They chopped it up and put it in a pile in your yard. So it hasn't had a chance yet to get rid of all the green material in it, all the, you know, the chlorophylls and the sugars and the nutrients that are going up through the tree. It's all still in there. And you really want that for your plants. You know, people are on this bit about compost tea. If you put the stuff on your garden, it's going to give your garden compost tea, and you don't have to make compost tea. It just does it by itself. It's a really lazy way of gardening. You know, and all the things that come with it. This was in nature. It wasn't treated. It has the mold spores on it. It has the insects in it. It has all the natural things, the bacterias. You know, it's ready. It's already inoculated. It's ready for all of everything, all of the living things to move into it and thrive. The other thing that I use for my garden, you can see my neighbor over there has gone through the trouble of raking her entire yard. Well, she had her dad do it, but they raked the entire yard and pile it up and put it on a pile so that a trash truck can come down this road with a big claw and grab it and put it in the trash truck, and then they go miles down the road to a community garden and put it in a community garden landfill. Luckily, my city does that. In a huge pile like this one and that one, but ginormous. And it turns it into what I have in my garden right there. And then you can buy it back from them for $6 for that much. One truckload, $6 for that right there. You could just collect it, collect your leaves, put them on a pile, not where the trash truck can get them, put them in your backyard. And, you know, wait a year and you have potting soil. Or you can take the leaves and spread them right on top. You get all the beneficial things that we talked about over here. If you just put that stuff back on top, I don't know why people are still throwing this out. It breaks down into a very nitrogen-rich, you know, environmentally responsible biosphere. It's like a biosphere inside there. It has its own little environment. There's all kinds of creatures living there. We saw the worm. You know, I can't pull this back without seeing worms and larvae and ants. Sometimes I find lizard eggs, toads, frogs, all kinds of things are living inside of the soil. It's a living, breathing soil. Fungus, mycelium, everything that's beneficial to your plants. Not necessarily the larvae that live in there and grow up and eat your plants, but they're part of the life cycle that happens inside of there, and they're part, they feed the things that take care of your soil. So yeah, there's that. That's why I don't believe in pesticides. If you spray your plants, it's going to go in your soil and kill all of those creatures that make your plants grow. And then, it could go into the roots and up into the plant and into the food parts that you eat, and then you're eating that. I don't want that in my body. So there's, I guess that concludes my video on mulch. No, actually it doesn't. These tire planters, I did a video on them. How I start them, I take the leaves and the wood mulch and kitchen scraps, and I throw them in there. After I cut them up, I set them in place. I start filling it up. That's my new compost pile until it's full. If I want to use it right away, I'll just top it off with some leaves or some wood chips, and then I put the horse bedding pellets on top, and water it, and they spread out, and it traps all the water in there, and within a week or two, it's usable to plant things in. As long as your plants, like my hot peppers, or even these guys, as long as they have this bit of potting soil around them, you can plant in this stuff pretty much immediately. They have there's a good amount of nutrients in there that they can hold off until your mulch has turned into not the potting soil, but a usable material for the roots to go into. Other good points for mulch: the roots can choose whether or not they want moisture or not moisture because of the air voids in between and all the little tunnels and stuff that the worms are going to create, and the moles and what else. They can choose whether or not they want the moisture or not. They can find it themselves. And I think that's it. Yeah, mulch around the trees, fantastic idea. We talked about those, all that other stuff. Look up this. There's more videos out there. There's a whole thing, Back to Eden gardening with wood chips. Paul Gastucci, I think, is his name. And he doesn't make his own videos. Some other guy does. And his channel is... oh crap, I can't remember. But you'll find it. Look up that Back to Eden gardening with wood chips, and you'll find it. Paul Gastucci, he's got a bunch of videos on this subject. This is where I found out about this idea. So go ahead and check that out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Get the word out. I love you guys, and I'm out.